He'll paint your noose like an old man. He's got you thinking about your death and you are frightened.
To everyone, I'm Ada from Poison Rock, and today we have with us Dmitry Luna. Is correct?
Yes.
From Myrkgand. I sorry for the pronounce, but I usually do use the northern pronounce, so I think it's
right. It's right. It's okay.
I want to start, of course, to introduce yourself and Myrkgand as project or as a band.
Yeah, I am Dmitry Luna. I'm Brazilian. I'm 29. I will be 30 on the next month.
Happy birthday in advance.
Yeah, almost there. And yeah, I was born in a city called João Pessoa in Brazil, in the northeast.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have this melodic death metal project with some black metal, folk influences, and I play all instruments mostly.
This is impressive, yeah. And I saw you also that your first album was released in 2017 with the same name as the band. What can you say about this album? What is I was in composing the topic of the album?
Yeah, I took like some time to release it because I started writing songs for it in 2012, but I didn't tell any. I was just at home and writing some songs, and I wrote the first 3 songs. Then I just paused and lived my life doing other stuff for other bands.
Yeah.
But in 2016, I decided to record it because I had 10 songs, 11, I think.
Yeah.
But my plan was to release everything by myself, like to record everything.
Yeah.
But I thought, I know a lot of people. Let's invite some guys just to.
They want to.
I'm only here. Come on. And, okay, let's just call one or other guy to sing something with me. And a drummer, of course, because I can write the drums, but I can't really play them, but not so fast. So I invited a drummer that I like, that I trust.
Yeah.
And he did a good job.
That's great. And also, you also released the second and I think the last album on February 2019. And there is some difference between this album and the first one in the composition, like in the evolution of the sound.
Yeah, I think it's different just because the time is passing.
Yeah.
I don't like really. How can I say? I don't really look into this thing. I just keep writing songs and see what it comes.
Yeah, it's in fact.
Some people like more the first album. Some other people like the second.
The second one, of course. And in both of albums, I read that there are a lot of huge musicians that played with you. So, what can you say about that? Some names, and I was working with these huge names such as, like, say, Symphony X or Cradle of Field, Blind Guardian. We're speaking like the forefathers of this type of music.
Yeah. I met most of them during tours in Brazil and backstage. I played in several bands in Brazil, and I also used to work with metal shows and trips to metal concerts and festivals. I organized like bus shuttles.
Yes.
So, I always had like full access to
To the
events.
backstage, yeah.
Met most of them in these occasions. So in my first album, I just have two guys from the United States, and all the rest are Brazilians, but all of
Yeah.
them are from bands from Brazil. And the Europeans came in Old Mystical Tales, the second album,
Musical.
yeah, which I recorded in Europe. Actually, I
Europe.
recorded in Slovakia.
In Slovakia, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And
The producer was Roland Grappo, ex-Halloween, who
Axel,
owns Master.
huge
Yeah,
production
yeah.
behind that. Yeah,
It's
behind
really
it.
cool. I spent like 10 days at his house in Slovakia, and he has a
Recording.
home studio. Yeah, yeah, it was really cool.
And I mean, how is being like a one-man band doing all? I mean, because as you told me before, you have this like you do all yourself basically. Is a burden? Is really heavy things to do, or is like I know sometimes being alone, do all the stuff, all the work alone could be a burden, but also could bring satisfaction at the end. How is for you doing all the work by
You're
yourself?
right. It has two sides. Yeah, a good side is you don't have the conflicts of ideas all the time.
With the other
And
members? Yeah.
not just ideas for the music, but
Yeah.
ideas for like making some moves.
Yeah, sure.
You know, uh, and you can like decide things by yourself. Okay, I want this thing this way, and okay, it's decided. I don't need
Yes,
to
yes.
make a
You don't need
hey man, let's
other,
go.
yeah, you don't need other people approval. Yeah, of course. But if we can say, of course, for people that never heard spoke about Myrkgand, there is some song. I want to go straight into a point. One song that could be like incorporate all the sound and genre. That's maybe some song that you want to advise to your fans and people that doesn't know you, and maybe are seeing for the first time you in this interview.
You mean one song that I want to point
Yeah,
out?
maybe
Like,
like the point of starting of for listening you all.
okay, the point where I start, the first song that I wrote was The Elemental King from the album Myrkgand, which is the first song because there is an intro
Yeah,
and it starts the track two.
track two is the first song. Yeah,
Yeah, the whole song is the first one.
yeah, okay.
And it's in the right order. The second one that I wrote was Arachno Draco, which is the next song.
Yeah, perfect.
Then Demon of Ice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Which has a special guest, the singer of Mystifier from Brazil,
Fire. Yeah.
and Diego, and he produced this first album.
I know many huge musicians from Brazil. I don't know if you know them because I'm planning a tour with a singer from San Francisco. She's called Leather Leone. She came in Brazil to she has a tour in Brazil actually. Two of their musicians are from Brazil, Kiko Shred and Vinitex. Vinitex.
I've heard about this.
Yeah. Vinitex used to play for a black metal band from Brazil like for 10 years and more. So probably you saw them in some lives or, around some places.
I don't know them if I see them, but this guy, Kiko Shred,
Yeah.
I think the same label that released my last album in Brazil released his.
Yeah.
Because I've seen the CD.
Or the drummer called Braulio, I think the name, I don't know. And she chose to bring all these musicians from Brazil instead of United States musicians. In fact, it's a little bit complicated planning a tour with those people spreading around the world because one of them, actually Vinitex, is in Portugal, so all around the world basically. So speaking
but the
of,
was in Brazil, yeah.
These
two was in Brazil.
The tour they did years ago was in Brazil, yes, but the following one after, of course, the COVID will be in Europe.
Yeah, because it is cheaper if you, for example, I need to tour Japan. If I get some musicians in Japan,
Yeah.
it's just a one-time ticket for
Yeah.
me, and I go there.
Yeah, but
And,
she found her band. She is actually that her band, stable band. So they have like to play, like from distance with sending recordings, sending vocals. It's something.
expensive.
Yeah, and speaking about, you say that you have been an organizer. So I suppose that you've seen a lot of gigs in Brazil. There is of like I don't know, you played live. There is some moments that you remember mostly that happened. It could be your professional career as organizer or just as musicians.
There are two concerts that I really enjoyed to be. And I played opening for Blind Guardian in Brazil. And I
That's
also
huge.
organized the plus event for this show, and it was huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marcos, who recorded a solo in my last album, Mark Ziepen, he's a great friend of mine, and his wife was born in the same city as me.
Yeah.
So, times we met on the streets and, man, what the fuck, what are you doing here? In the middle of a mall. Like, what? So yeah, the world is small. And this Blind Guardian show was epic. It was
They
in
are an epic band.
2015.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
now,
another one was opening for Cradle of Filth last year. Yeah.
oh,
And I was singing as a guest for another band called Luxuria de Lilith, which means Lilith's Lust.
so since you are like, and
Traditional band in Brazil, this one, Luxuria de Lilith.
before asking your influences, of course, since I do the opposite questions, because usually this is one of the last questions that I did, but usually you are an organizer, I can do it. If you have to organize a festival, maybe you do it, or I don't know, and if you have to bring, for example, 6 bands, which band will you bring into the stage?
It's hard.
Yeah, but if you're an organizer, you should be,
Someone asked me these days, and I don't remember my answer because
yeah.
it's hard. I like very different styles of music
Okay.
and within metal, because I like power metal. Some bands I like death metal, black metal, progressive metal, as I have Mike Lepon.
Mike Lepon, yeah. I interview him.
Yeah, cool.
great
Mike
guy.
is a
Yes, as well.
we were making a lineup to play the United States with Myrkgand, and he was the bassist.
That's
Him
great.
and some guys from November's Doom, Vito Marchese, and the other guys. But Trump didn't let me in.
Right now, it's not easy for anyone.
Yeah.
You know better
It was in 2019. We were supposed to play a few shows in December, I think. But instead, I came to Europe, and now I'm here in Portugal. But yeah, it's shitty because we really wanted to play together, and
Yes, of course, I can understand.
we were upset because of that. But back to your question about the festival, maybe I will go for. Can I choose Death because Chuck died, but Death
You can
is my
say
favorite.
you can say even bands that are from the 20s. There are no rules. It's your festival.
Okay. I will go for active bands.
Okay.
Like Dimmu Borgir, maybe.
Dimmu
Yeah,
Borgir.
Dimmu Borgir, I really like them. And let's see. It's hard. No, just Dimmu Borgir. Trollfest.
Trollfest, huge band.
Norway, they are really cool. We
And
recorded
funny.
the music video together.
They are a good band.
in
I love them.
Yeah. We recorded a music video together in Oslo last year, and they are really funny. and I've watched them at Wacken once, and their show is like crazy.
Insane. Yeah, I know very well.
They are insane. I've never seen something like that, so I want again. So Trollfest, Dimo Borgir. Now I'm very in Norway, only Norwegian band so far. Maybe okay, Master.
Okay.
Really like Master as well. And let's mix with some power metal, maybe.
Okay. You can do. It's a festival.
Maybe.
There can be several genres.
Rhapsody from Italy.
Our band, but without another singer, because the best one, the best one was Fabio Lioni for us.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But I mean the classic Rhapsody,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
this
The old one, yeah.
Rhapsody.
Not the Rhapsody of Fire,
Yeah.
the Rhapsody.
Have this reunion again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched the 2 concerts of this reunion of Luca Turilli and Fabio.
Look at
In
really,
Brazil.
yes. That's great to know that even across the ocean, people knows our band. It's something good.
I really love Rhapsody. I met them like twice, and Luca gave me like gifts, a
Yeah,
pic,
they are really humble.
the back. Yeah, I really like the band.
Yeah,
I have old T-shirt from Legendary Tales.
Legendary Tales.
And
Yeah, I
yeah.
remember that album. And what about instead of your musical? Because if I ask Myrkgand influences, I can say since he's one-man band, I can just unify the questions and say to you which are your musical influences, and of course Myrkgand influences.
Yeah, I think my personal influences are more wide, like wider than just the band, because when I think about Myrkgand, I need to limit myself a little bit because I really want to sound more folk and like in fantasy themes and magic and legends.
Yeah.
So I can't just go there and play some thrash metal.
No, you have to be more specific,
No.
we can say more
Like
folkish. Yeah.
Destruction. I really like Destruction, for example, Creator.
Creator,
Tongue.
Hi to Sammy, if we will
Sodom.
watch Sodom, Hi Frank
Yeah.
Fire, yourself, the band that I interview, so I'm just saying hello to everyone that will watch this.
I really like these bands, but I can't just play Destruction cover or influences.
You can play it in a folkish style, like Agent Orange in a
Try to
Viking.
do that.
But of course, it's always do your own music than playing some. It's fine playing some covers, but I think it's better playing some music. And since now you're in Europe, it comes naturally to me to ask you, which is the main difference? Because I always knew that the metal fans from South America are really, like we can say, passionate about every genre of music. Like they have like a fire in when, in fact, every band that I interviewed, for example, I think there were Exhumer. I spoke to him, and but also other band, they remember all the time. Even Attila Caesar from May, they remember this show made in South America, like the most devastating, the most craziest. Like the people feel the music. That maybe if you go, for example, in a gigs, or in festival in Germany, for example, that is maybe the country that have most festival in Europe. People are just maybe more quiet. Did you see really this difference?
Indifferent.
Yeah, you see.
They are like
difference?
indifferent.
Yeah.
They are. Yeah, there is this difference. I was talking about that today with Paul Speckman from Master. We were just this morning we were having the same conversation about how passionate are the fans in Brazil, because we miss Brazil somehow. But I think it is because maybe the audience like lacks more this kind of shit, like, this
Yeah.
kind of stuff. Here in Europe, the shows are very common all the time. You have Iron Maiden to play here, and Dimmu Borgir is playing this
Yes.
week.
Yeah. Maybe it's for
In
that. Yeah.
Brazil, and Brazil is so huge, and
And
we have a lot of some parts that are poor, and that shows don't go there. You know, there are no shows in some parts. So, and I think, but I also think this happens with the foreigners.
yeah.
When you have a foreign band, people get crazy. But with the local bands,
Yeah.
people
Yeah. You're right. You all just will
like
see the friends
local
of the
bands.
band. Yeah. But if speaking about, of course, now there is COVID, there is blah blah blah. But speaking about you and Myrkgand, which is there are some future projects in the horizon, like a new album
Yes,
or some, I don't know, like.
I'm recording a new album already.
Oh, that's great to
And
hear.
I announced some special guests already, which is Anti-Christian from Tudor. He left Tudor
Tudor.
actually. Yeah, from Norway. But he plays also in Beaten to Death. He played for Jornland as well, and for many bands. And he already recorded all the tracks, and it sounds amazing.
That's amazing.
And Eystein from Borknagar is the producer.
Well,
And
so it's a huge production behind it. Yeah.
yeah, and I have some great special guests, but I can't reveal yet.
We will
But I
wait.
will. Yeah.
So yeah. So if you just want to
Many
leave,
people from Norway and United States, Brazil,
yeah, sure. Of course,
people
if
from
you
great.
if you want to leave just a message to people that are seeing you for the first time, people that already knew you, just to leave a message to them, and that's it.
Okay, go there and subscribe to the Myrkgand channel on YouTube. Listen to the albums. Go to the store, buy something, and yeah, follow the magic. I also am about to announce a new project
That's
that
great.
I can't say like exactly what it is, but the logo is getting ready.
Yeah.
The same guy who designed my logo is designing this one as well. He designed logos for Emperor,
Oh, for
Tudor,
Emperor,
well, many bands. The Lord of the Logos, Christopher. So,
that's great.
and it's a project that I created with another great musician from the Norwegian scene,
There are
which all
some.
of you know. All of you know.
So you will announce who is this mysterious artist on I think on the web.
We will announce something on that.
Yeah. So people have to follow you for knowing who is this
On Instagram.
mysterious. Yeah, of course. So of course I will put any links on the interview or YouTube and of your Facebook, Instagram, YouTube pages, and anything. So thank you so much, Dmitry, and hope to see you in some live in Europe and drink a beer together. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Bye.
You can't refuse what the old man whispered to the preacher during the sermon. He's a saint to the fools of the old land, but we can see straight through the tricks that he is turning. He'll speak, but you gotta believe.